3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Yes, we do, man. To this date.
To this day. Take a look if you know the words.
Day. To this day. To this day. What's going on, people? EJ Boxing Live here. Welcome back to another show. Eddie Hearn's gonna reveal in a couple of minutes the schedule, the UK schedule for Sky and Dazn. And so hope you guys stay tuned on that. So that's gonna come on a bit. I just gotta share some things around. So I'm gonna play some music in the background, keep you guys here for a bit, and then we're gonna get back on it, man. So yeah, let's do that for a bit, and then I'll come back in a bit. Let me see which one I'm gonna play. Actually, not that one. This one.
Don't waste your breath on a traitor. Let's finish him off.
Just you have a try. You aren't any match for me, you dog.
Son of a bitch.
So let's get ready to hear from Eddie Hearn as he reveals the schedule. Let's get into it. Eddie Hearn in his own words, man. Let's see what he has to say. Come on, Eddie. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to a very special day, a very special announcement. 5 UK shows to be announced live on Sky Sports in the UK and Dazn around the world. Well, we thought things would be better. We thought things would be easier. How wrong were we? Binned off for boxing in January, but February the 13th, we are back with what I believe is our best schedule yet. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be withdrawals. We're going to be late replacements, but this is how it is. We're back behind closed doors in the UK, but we have a breathtaking schedule to take you through over the next half an hour or so, live here from the Matchroom headquarters. Adam, welcome. The window there used to be the stage for Fight Camp.
Yeah.
After 1,000 people in the Anthony Joshua show, we thought we'd be back to normality. Of course, we're not. We're probably actually further behind than we were when Fight Camp came, but a great schedule to kick off 2021. And to be ups and downs, but an exciting start to the year and probably our strongest yet.
It was great innovation, wasn't it, Fight Camp, just in your garden there. It was absolutely brilliant. I think we did the best we could at the back end of 2020, some great fights that came out. Obviously lockdown and difficult times now and the pandemic in full force, and health and safety the most important thing. You're going to have ups and downs, but what a powerful schedule we've come up with for these first 5 shows. It gives so much to look forward to for people that are waiting, and especially the fighters themselves that are itching to get out. And there's some terrific matches, should be some great nights, and building up to what I think spring is possibly the best ever that we've had in Sky.
How have you found it from a production point of view? Obviously, boxing behind closed doors. Here was very different. Then we was at the residency at Wembley, which was fantastic as well. Something very different for the team. A lot of different challenges, but it was, of course, we didn't want it, but a refreshing change. And I think we've learned how to distribute this content to fans in a compelling manner, and I think it's been a huge success.
Adaptability, isn't it? And learning each and every day. I think the bubbles were fantastic with the camaraderie, with the spirit, with the fact that the undercard fighters, all the main event fighters, everybody felt like a bit of a star in there. I think that was great. Operationally, a huge sort of massive sort of coming together of Sky and Matchroom and lots of people behind the scenes. But I think everybody got on with it, and I think, as I said about the fighters, they're the ones that they've been waiting, the mental and physical battles of sort of waiting to get out. And when they did get out, wow, we got some fantastic thrillers down there in the Garden with, Tasha Jonas and Terry Harper, with Cheeseman and Eggington, and then, at Wembley with the likes of Conor Benn in a great fight. We had Anthony Joshua, Billy Joe Saunders, so much. Katie Taylor, of course, loads and loads of big names with no gate, or very little gate, with the 1,000 with AJ. That was fantastic. It felt like there was 15,000 at Wembley. But, we've just got to see what the state of the play is week by week, and again, adapt the best we can and try and entertain the best we can. And the fighters are going to do that.
Thanks, Adam. First up, we are back. February 13th, the return of the IBF Featherweight World Champion and #1 featherweight in the world, Josh, the Leeds Warrior, Warrington.
Check box rec, check the rankings, check the resume. This is the #1 featherweight in the world.
This is my 12th year as a professional fighter. I'm glad to be back out. I don't have to make a statement. I'm here as #1 world champion. It's simple as this. The person who gets in the ring with me is getting beaten. I move forward. That is simple as that. I've only got to beat one of them champions that can get a ring at the ring belt. And then you do become a legend, and you become a legend of British boxing. People will always remember you there. It's just nice to have that legacy. World champion, 3 defences, 30 fights, 10 years unbeaten. So I don't want to stop there because the fight's still burning. I want to go and unify the division. I want to win the world title, and I believe I'll beat any of the world champions. It's been frustrating. I'm ready to go.
This show, an absolute cracker from top to bottom. IBF World Champion will face Mexico's Mauricio Lara in a must-win fight for him as he looks to fight that rescheduled Kanzu fight or even a Gary Russell fight in April or May. A brilliant huge step up for Zelfa Barrett defending his IBF International title against former world champion Kiko Martinez. The British Featherweight title on the line between Leigh Wood and Reece Mould, and a huge step up for Sheffield's Dalton Smith against Leigh Appleyard over 10 rounds as well. Hopey Price, Shannon Courtenay on the card as well, and some big news coming about Shannon Courtenay later on, but an absolute firecracker to kick us off on February the 13th. Now we're going to head over to Leeds, to the gym of Josh Warrington. Josh, a frustrating 16, 17 months for you, of course. The Kanzu fight was penciled in, not being able to make right now in this pandemic, but you're out, you've got a great fight, you must be chomping at the bit to get back to work.
More than ready to go. First of all, hello everybody, hope everyone's well. I'm ready to go. Of course I'm ready to go. It's been over 12 months out of the ring. I think it'd be about 15, 16 months by the time we get into the ring. It's been frustrating. Now, away from boxing, in normal life, this doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's a pandemic going on worldwide. People are affected. People are losing lives, losing loved ones. People are losing their businesses. People are struggling mentally. So, in the scale of things, boxing is small, but in a selfish manner, in my world, and the people who follow me, who associate with me, it's absolutely massive. So I'm excited. Yes, can't wait to get in the ring. We don't do all this training, so we're not having anything in the inside. With just the training, we might as well just be keep fitters, boxercisers. But it's the competition that keeps it real, and it's that what we aim for. This is meant to be the peak of my career, my golden years as it was. And obviously nobody can do anything with the pandemic. It came out the blue. Obviously it only seems like 2 minutes ago since I signed back up with you. And, we're about to take over the world, win more belts, but these things happen. I'm glad to be back.
You need to fight Gary Russell Jr., mate. That's what you need to do.
Itching to be back.
Yeah.
Josh, we know you've got to take care of business February 13th.
Try and fight Gary Russell Jr., mate, and unify the belt, unify the championship.
If a crowd return in April or May, and also negotiations going on with Gary Russell as well. So big fight playing. Gary
Russell, that's what we see.
First of all, must take care of Mauricio Lara.
Aim to have Kanju, but as like I say, am I confident that Kanju could potentially want to fight me? Probably not. We've already seen it. It's there, fucking ready and waiting. The fight is there. Does he want it? He's already answered that question. No.
Obviously, no, you're not looking past Mauricio Lara. Kanzu has always been the target. As you know, conversations ongoing with Gary Russell. That must be a fight that really excites you as well.
You know, I'd already told him that I wanted to fight once a year. Then he started demanding Floyd Paces. Gary, you're going to be fucking a pensioner by the time you get back into the ring. If you're really serious about wanting the fight and fucking playing about, come on, man. I'm here. I'm happy to make that fight. I'm happy for you to come over here. I'm happy to go over there. The matter of the fact is, you know that the money's over here because the pull is over here.
Josh, forgetting Gary Russell and Kanzu, how important is it for you after such a long time out of the ring to make a statement on February the 13th?
I don't have to make a statement. Before the monster, I don't have to make a statement. I'm here as number fucking 1 world champion. I don't have to make a statement. It's simple as this. The person who gets in the ring with me,
bruv, you ain't, bruv, let me tell you something. My man, yeah? Josh, yeah, I'm listening to you. Mayweather purses, what are you talking about? Listen, you draw a big crowd, innit? So, and you want the fight, give the man the money, pay the man the money. Why are you being stingy? And bring Crawford in and get Gary Russell Jr. in the ring. You know what I mean? The Shakur Stevenson fight. Who's this guy, Lara? No one knows who he is. So I don't know why all effing and blinding about this, that, the other, and the third. Ain't no one care about that fight either. Like, no one care about Mauricio Lara. Never heard of him before. So I want to hear no bullshit.
And I move forward. That is simple as that. I've had a year like stewing in this gym, just stewing, working on certain things. The next fight, I don't want to be seeing 12 rounds. I've done my stint of 12-round fights. I'm all about making the fights as quick as possible, getting in and getting out. I want to be aggressive as possible, winning the fights in as entertaining way as possible and moving on to these big ones.
Josh, we know you have one of the most passionate, loyal fan bases in the whole of boxing. Obviously, very different times.
Josh is on some rubbish, man. He's on rubbish.
About fighting behind closed doors.
It's going to be a little bit of an unknown. I've tried to prep myself mentally, as well as physically for that. I mean, there's not really a way you can put yourself in them shoes until you are out there walking to the ring. For me, when I come out them doors, I turn and look to the crowd. I turn to look to the fans. I get in the ring. I look down at the people around the ringside, up in the stands. I meet them eye to eye, and I know it's on. They're with me. During the fight, I can feel the passion. I can feel the energy. It spills into the ring, and for those people who haven't witnessed that or haven't ever had that in them, they can't comment on it because they don't know how it is to feel with so many fucking fans behind you. And they're not just any fans. My fans are fucking crazy. Those who paid rather money, not just from Leeds, because they've travelled from the UK, they've travelled worldwide to be there in part of the night. My fans who were getting in the arena on the night, they're somewhere else. They're a different breed, and having them behind me is somewhere else. Without them there, it's going to be different. I understand that. But ultimately, when that first bell rings, I've got a man in front of me who's trying to stop where I want to be, try to take food out of my mouth, my kid's mouth, and I have to just focus on beating that man and moving on forward and keeping it as normal so that when crowds do return, I'm still champion and we're still bringing them the big nights.
Thanks, Josh. 5 years since you've boxed on a Matchroom card, and we expected it to be in front of 30,000.
I had enough of Josh, man. I had enough of Josh. That's all we want to see is Gary Russell. I don't know, but the guy he's facing, ain't no one care about the guy he's facing, man. Who's this Lara guy, man? Let me have a look at this guy. Josh Warrington. Who's he facing? Right? Are you gonna fire him or what? You know what I mean? Like, you know, really and truly, that card, like, no one cares, innit? Hold on, Josh Warrington. Right? This no one cares about that Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn revealed this card. That's the first one. It's fighting against a guy that he's gonna beat, innit? It's not like he's in a fight that is gonna, you know, he's not gonna win. You know, give us a good fight, Eddie, man, against this. Let me see this guy is facing. Let me have a look. See. Oh, who's this? Mauricio. He's 21. He's got 21. Had 21 fights, and he's lost twice. All right. Where's he ranked or whatever? What's he fighting? Never heard it. Where's he from? Mexico. what's his knockout? He's got out of 21 fights, he's got 40 knockouts. Out of 2 losses, he's been knocked out once already. So he's been done up. And who's he fought? Where's he fought? He's got 1 no contest. All these fights were in Mexico, man. Never heard of this guy here. Hey, listen, maybe he's a decent guy. He's got a lot of knockouts, actually. How tall is he? He's got quite a lot of knockouts, actually, on his record, to be fair. But he, against knockouts against who, though, innit? He's ranked number 4th in Mexico, number 27 in the world. And yeah, he hasn't got no big name that I know of, innit? He's a featherweight. How tall is he? He ain't even got his height, man. This guy is such an unknown. Like, why is he fighting? I mean, he's ranked number 27th in the world. In the world, how's he getting a shot at the IBF title, man? Or what? No, actually, you know what? There's no title on the line, is it? Subject to to change. Okay, he's gonna put his title on the line. Josh Warrington, on the other hand, he's got a lot of names on this guy's not supposed to beat him. Josh Warrington's got names on his thing, innit? Look at his resume. He's got Kid Gadland, he's got Carl Frampton, he's got Lee Selby. I mean, that run was pretty good. He just cleared up domestically, innit? I mean, that was it. I mean, that's like the biggest run. And he did that with Frank Warren. Now he's with Matt. He's gone back to Matchroom. Matchroom didn't even care he was there. Frank actually looked after him better, in my opinion. Frank got him the fights in the big stadium fights. So let's see what Eddie's going to do with him. His first fight, it's going to be bloody, without his fans and that. So, this is just a bloody, a just waste of time fight, man. I don't want to hear nothing from it. And Eddie, you're wasting my time, boy. Let's get to the build. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes, man. Bloody hear about Josh Warrington and that bloody bullshit. Oh, no. Keep it moving, son. Bloody, let's get what you got here. All right, here we go. Let's get to another announcement. Let's get some real meat on the bun, Eddie. I'm hungry as well, Let's get
obviously good training base with his dad and
the arguments between the trainers and managers. But on February 20th, the score will be settled. The European Welterweight Championship, David Avanesian against Josh Pretty Boy Kelly.
Josh Kelly weighed in for the fight. Heel over.
Nah, man, I'm not interested. Not interested. I ain't interested. I don't even know about these 2 guys here. To be fair, I don't know about these guys here, man. Eddie, this is what kind of schedule's this? What kind of schedule's this, Eddie, man? No, man. No. Just give me a better fight. These guys here, come on, man. UK schedule. This is not the fight the fans are dying for. They're not craving for that. I never heard of that guy. Never the 2 of them. I heard of Josh Kelly, but boy, come on, man. The last time I saw him, I think he fought Ray Robertson, innit? That's the last time I heard of him, man. And he ain't stepped up since. On the new,
too close to call.
Another cracking card, February 20th, the return of Anthony Fowler, looking great with Shane McGuigan. He's got a nice step up against Fortea. Ryland Charlton against Florian Marcoux, which you were just talking about off there, is going to be, how can it not be, an absolute banger. Great little rematch between Amy Timlin and Carla Skelly, which we saw was a cracking fight. The Romford Ball, Johnny Fisher returns, Robbie Davis Jr. It's another great card on February the 20th.
It is. Timlin and Skelly as well. That was brilliant first time around, wasn't it? Women's boxing absolutely booming, and it's going to go from strength to strength through 2021. I love Marcoux and Charlton. Charlton, who came on, burst onto the scene against Joe Laws, and that's a fantastic match. That's a real explosive fight. So can't wait for those. But Anthony Fowler, I mean, Shane McGuigan's doing such a good job, isn't he? Lawrence Sacoli, ready for his world title shot, and Anthony Fowler just looks terrific. He had Dave Cole, a fantastic trainer first. Now he's got Shane McGuigan, so he's had everybody behind him, including you as his promoter. It's time for Anthony Fowler to have a breakthrough year, and it could be this one.
Thanks, Adam. Feb 20 going to be a cracker, as is this one. Back in August, I saw something out there in the garden that I will never forget. And on March the 6th, Dillian Whyte has the chance
Here we go.
to put it all right.
Here we go. That's what we want to see.
It's heavyweight boxing. One punch can change everything.
That's what we want to see now. That's the one. That's the one the fans want to see.
That is heavyweight boxing that can turn a fight, a career on its head.
That's the one.
I know I can beat this guy 100%. I just made a mistake.
A massive fight for the career now of Dillian Whyte to regain his #1 position.
All the greats fought. If you're heavyweight, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to get knocked out. This guy had hundreds of amateur fights. Olympic champion, European champion, world champion. I know exactly what I need to get the rematch. I'm going to knock Povetkin out. I'm definitely going to knock him out.
Alexander Povetkin had tested positive for COVID.
You know, with this guy having COVID, he's already delayed the fight once. We're going to hope and pray and see what happens. I'm ready. I'm training. You know, I'm in good shape. I'm in a good place mentally. And I'm ready to go.
I said to him, what do you want this year other than world titles? And he said, I would like maximum violence.
There you have it, repeat or revenge. It's official. March 6th, Alexander Povetkin against Dillian Whyte, the WBC Interim and Diamond World Heavyweight Championship. Absolute must-win for Dillian Whyte. Building this card nicely, got a couple of championship fights still to add, but right now already locked in. Ted Cheeseman against JJ Metcalf for the British 154-pound title. A great heavyweight matchup between Fabio Wardley and Eric Molina. And the debut of Campbell Hatton on that card is going to be really special. And a couple of big fights still to come, still to be announced. Yusuf Kamari against Kane Baker will kick us off on Facebook on that night. Now we'll hear from Dillian Whyte shortly, but a couple of hours ago we received a very special message from Russia and the reigning interim world heavyweight champion, Alexander Povetkin.
There we go.
Как вы себя чувствуете после ковида? Восстановился ли?
Я считаю, что восстановился, нормально себя чувствую.
Был ли нокаут в бою с Уайтом лучшим в карьере?
Ну, трудно об этом говорить, это, наверное, не мне судить.
Интересно. В реванше уверен ли ты, что снова выиграешь нокаутом?
Ну, бой покажет, я об этом даже не думал. Я буду подходить в хорошей форме и постараюсь сделать все для победы.
Если снова победишь,
Finally, if you're victorious, are you looking the shot in the world once more? Definitely, I would like to have more chances in the world.
Now, the body snatcher live in Portugal. Dylan, welcome. Can you believe it seemed like so long ago? I hate having to give you bad news when we reschedule the date, but only 7 weeks to go till an absolutely defining moment in your career.
Yeah. You know, obviously they kept messing about and changing the date and stuff, but I kept my training up anyway because I had a feeling something like this would happen. They'll just say, yeah, we're ready to go. So I was like, you know what I mean? Keep training and not just switch off and wait because, you know, obviously I got ready for him and then the fight got cancelled. So, you know.
As I said, making that phone call to you to tell you about the rescheduled date was horrible. And I know you had your doubts. And as a fighter, I guess you will always doubt the legitimacy of their excuses. I know him, I know his team, I believe him. Do you? Does it matter? All that matters is you get your shot at redemption on March 6th. My
whole thing is I'm still a bit unsure because one of Russia's biggest sports stars had COVID and was in hospital and there's no news at all about it, really. It was just been all boxing news, you know, national, like you know, if I get COVID or Joshua Fury or someone get COVID, then it make proper news, you know what I mean? Because we're big sports stars, you know, in our home country, you know. So, but it is what it is. Listen, if he did, thank God he didn't die and he survived and he's back and he's healthy. So yeah, you know, of course he's got a family and all that. So thank God.
Dillian, a lot of people felt that November 21 was too soon for you after August 22nd. I know you didn't as well, but do you feel like this extra time will actually help you physically and mentally getting into this rematch?
No, I was ready to go. Listen, you know, I'm a guy that's used to being defeated in life and having to overcome things. So for me, a defeat or a setback is nothing. I'm used to, so I accept a defeat quickly and a setback quickly, and I bounce back from it and I balance quite quickly. And I'm very adaptable and adjust to my surroundings. So for me, it was like, okay, I lost, but I did a lot of good things. So it's not like I need to change a lot of things. I just need to make some minor adjustment and be more consistent in certain areas. And so it was easy for me to just get back into camp. And you know, a lot of people's mindsets is weak. So when they lose, or they get a defeat, they get down and they get depressed. Those are the kind of people that will say, no, it's too early, this, that, and the other. They're different from me. If I was like them, I wouldn't be in the situation, the position I am in now, after I've been only 7 amateur fights. I'm fighting these guys who's had 200 amateur fights and beating these guys, you know, because their mindset's different.
Dillian, we know one of your biggest assets is your toughness, your ruggedness. We know sometimes fighters make money, they get a little bit comfortable. Do you feel like this defeat is sort of giving you that old school, rugged, tough, that dog mentality to go in there and do a job on Alexander Povetkin?
100%. It's a cliche to say sometimes you need to be on your back to see further up sometimes, you know, obviously. You know, it is true because sometimes, you know, in life you get to places, you know, you start to become a bit more civilized sometimes, you become a bit more corporate, you try to be, you know, you try to evolve and try to add things to your arsenal and try to be a better person and try to be, you know, a bit more sportsman-like and stuff. But sometimes a defeat is the only thing that reminds you, listen, all of this nice guy stuff and all of this stuff, it's not you. You're a rugged, tough soldier and a warrior, and that's what you need to be. You can be calm and be cool with people or whatever. When it comes to fight time and, you know, all of this being polite and stuff and whatever, it ain't for me when it comes to fighting. I realize I'm not a defensive fighter like that. I'm an offensive, aggressive fighter.
Dillian, looking back when we talk about that killer instinct, I know it's easy to say now, but do you regret not jumping on Povetkin quicker in that fight? You had him hurt multiple times. If you get the same chance on March 6th, you're going to be looking to take that chance.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those ones where he said we're boxing, we're fighting. It was a good fight, and you know, obviously, I was boxing to what the instructions I was told, and the game plan will work. And obviously, because we know he's tough, and we know he's dangerous when he's hurt. So the game plan is obviously stretch him a bit and keep busting him up. But now I think back about it. I think to myself, I should have jumped to him earlier and started letting leather go from earlier and keep pressing him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the first and the second round, he was shot. He was shot to bits. Then I sort of let him back into the fight. And that's what Povetkin does. He starts slow. He can get beat up early. Then he comes back in the fight mid to late.
Hey, let's not beat around the bush here. March 6th, how big is this fight in the career of Dillian Whyte? Victory puts you back in line for a shot.
Nabil, what's up?
Yo.
Nabil? Welcome, Nabil. First time to EJ Boxing Live Show. How you doing, man? You right?
Yeah, I'm right. How are you?
I'm all right. We're just listening to Dillian's thing. So what I'll put you backstage for a bit until when he finishes, then I'll ask you to give your take on it. Yeah. So you stay there for a bit. I'll let Dillian finish his talk and then you come on. Just letting you know that obviously your stuff works and stuff. Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Nice one.
Shot at the WBC title, defeat virtually unthinkable right now in the career of Dillian Whyte.
Well, 100%. This is a must win. This is the fight of my career, the fight of my life. You know, obviously, everything I've been through in my career and life lead to this moment. You know, obviously, this is the one moment where I need to go out and stand up and show to prove to people and myself, you know, that I am what I say I am and I'm about what I say I'm about. You know, and that's exactly what I'm planning to do. I'm not planning to go out there. You know, obviously, people say, "No, you're gonna go out and change and box and try and do this." I'm like, no, I'm gonna show you guys what kind of a person I am and what makes me the kind of person I am. You know.
Dillian, we heard from Alexander Povetkin. He says he believes he will end the fight by knockout again, but he's looking to make some changes, change some tactics in this fight. We know they've got a great team. He's a great thinker as well. What do you expect him to change in the fight, if anything, on March 6th?
Well, he's a very accomplished amateur and a very accomplished world level and former world champion. So there's lots of things they can try and change and try and do stuff. But I just think he's a bit long in the tooth now. Obviously, he's fought the same way his whole career. Be aggressive, press forward, throw hooks and uppercuts and stuff. And that's when you have his most success, is when he's doing that. When he's trying to box and trying to move, that's when he gets in trouble because he makes mistakes, you know, obviously. So I don't know what they're going to change. I don't know what they're going to change, but I'm not worried about what they're going to change, I'm just worried about what I'm going to do, you know. And I believe if I do what I'm supposed to do and what I'm capable of doing and use my strength and my advantage, size and power and stuff, and use that, then that's more than enough. You know, that's more enough to do with whatever adjustments they make. Of course, they can start faster. They can, you know, I don't think if he starts faster, he's going to be even more tired than he was last time.
Dillian, I know all eyes on Alexander Povetkin, but I have to ask you because it's a fight that excites me a lot. I know the goal is to fight for the WBC World Heavyweight title, but we have seen Deontay Wilder call you out. I can't help feel that Wilder against Whyte is an absolute monster if you come through March 6th.
Listen, there's 3 fights that I definitely want. Obviously, I want the rematch of Deontay and Joshua. Facts, I want to fight Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. 100% will fight him at the drop of a hat, anytime, anywhere, any place. I've been saying that for years, you know. But right now, I'm fully focused on Povetkin. I'm not going to start looking behind this and looking over there because he's a dangerous guy. As he showed last time, he was done and out, and he came back and pulled the fight at the back. So I'm fully focused on him. And like you said earlier, my career depends on what happened in this fight. So I'm saying, you know, there's no point in me overlooking the fight, losing this fight. None of those fights are impossible. So I need to focus on Povetkin and focus on stopping him. I know it's going to be on point. I want to stop him. I'll stop him, then we can fight that review. We can fight Deontay Wilder. We can fight Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? I stop Povetkin, puts him back in position to fight all of these guys. If I don't stop him, then I can't talk about fighting any of these guys.
Dillian, March the 6th, you're simply going to put it all on the line, aren't you? Like you always do. And it's a must-win fight for you.
I've just been sleeping and dreaming and thinking about going to war, man. You know, since the day, you know, I was down for about 10 seconds. I got up. I straight away, I walked back and I saw you on the way back to the engine room. I straight in my mindset was just like, I want to go again. I didn't think, I want to recover. Straight away, I want to go again. You know, some fighters said, yeah, there's a rematch clause, but I'm going to think about it. No, I was like, you know what? I want to go again. I want to go again. It was such a good fight. It was such an exciting fight. And I know doing what I'm capable of doing. I mean, Povetkin, a lot of people say, no, yeah, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I was putting him down with punches that were even proper punches. I wasn't even connected. When I hit these guys properly, everyone I've fought in my whole life, whether it's street in the ring, they've always been down. I hurt badly. I've been knocked out badly. And I wasn't even hitting these guys with proper punches. And it was going down. So I'm like, you know what? This time, when I sit down and time my punches and set my punches up, he might not get up this time.
Dillian, thank you, mate. The whole world will be watching March 6th. It's Sky Sports box office, Dazn. This fight is everything.
That's what everyone cares about.
So far in 2021. Best of luck in camp, mate. We'll see you soon. Well, I mean, when I was talking to him there, I cannot fathom the importance.
Well, there's other fights, and there's a lot of other fights in that. But let's bring my man in. Nabil,
yes,
making his debut onto the channel, man. So Nabil, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. What fight so far you're looking forward on the schedule? The UK schedule coming up.
I'm looking to the Benn and Vargas fight and the Povetkin and Whyte fight.
Okay, talk about the Benn and Vargas fight. Why are you looking for? Was that Jesse Vargas? Is it Jesse? No, Sammy Vargas, isn't it?
The one that fought Danny Garcia, Samuel Vargas.
Yeah.
So
is he the veteran?
Level?
Is he the veteran? Is he the veteran, an army veteran, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's a veteran.
Yeah. It's half.
I see it because it's a big step up for Conor Benn because he's only fighting like UK level fighters. This guy is world level, isn't it? So it's going to be a big step up for him. So he's going to be battle tested in the fight.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, proper.
All right.
I feel like Conor will win. Like I'm rooting for him, but he will be tested. Like he will be hurt. He will be knocked down. Like he will have to fight. You have to give him a hard fight. It's going to be a hard fight.
Yeah. Well, I don't see the thing is, See, the thing is, I'm gonna go boxer it because I know that Sammy Vargas, he's been fighting for a long time, and he's actually well long in the tooth. You know what I mean? He ain't fought for a minute, so let's see the last time he fought, right? And then I can get some more things because I was thinking to myself, they Conor Benn, and it's funny thing people criticize Eubank Jr., but Conor Benn, he's a nice guy in that bar. He ain't fought no one, you know. He's been boxing for a long time. And he's been up the weights. He started at lightweight, and he's at welterweight. Then he's a light welterweight. You know what I mean?
He's a huge step up for him. This guy's world level, man. He fought world champions and that.
Well, let's see. Okay, so Sammy Vargas, right?
Yeah.
He's from Canada. He's Colombian and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, he fought Virgil Ortiz. All right, that's the last time he fought Virgil Ortiz. Yeah, he actually didn't fight him that long ago. He's near enough. He's been off. It's near enough a year. He's gonna be out, right? So he fought Virgil Ortiz. He fought Louis Collazo. He lost to Louis Collazo. He lost to Amir Khan, 12 rounds decision. Yeah. Ali Faneko. I remember that's a South African guy. He beat him. Okay, no Marco until right. Okay, Danny Garcia. You said he got knocked out against Danny Garcia.
He made it easy.
So let me see how old he is though. He's a bit long in the tooth, but like you said, he's a world level. He's kind of fringe world level, right?
Yeah, he's proper world level. Yeah. I wouldn't
30
say he's top,
31.
but
He's
football
right.
level guys, isn't it?
So he's got out of 31 fights, he's got 40 knockouts. He's got out of the 6 losses, he's been stopped 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's 31 years of age. Yeah. So he's a battle hardened campaigner. Now you got Conor Benn, who's not really out of world class. Yeah. He's got 17 wins with 11 KOs. He's 24, the destroyer, and it's you know what. Okay, let me see what weight did Vargas fight in at last? Is it welterweight?
Yeah, he usually fights at welterweight. Yeah.
Oh well, actually, he fought this other guy at 154, and then he went down for Virgil Ortiz at welterweight. Yeah, so the fight probably going to be at 140, because Conor Benn fights at 140, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's gonna be hard for him to make the weight, but he'll probably be drained. But
actually, Conor Benn's last couple of fights have all been at welterweight. You're right. Yeah, you're right. It's at welter. So, okay. Prediction. What's your prediction on the fight then?
My prediction, I think it's a tricky one, but I think I'm not even sure, but I think Ben will win.
You think Ben will win? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
By what?
I'm not really sure. Actually, I'm not really sure. I'll say Sam will win. Sam will win, yeah. It's hard. It's a hard one because he's a prospect that's coming up, and Vargas is like a veteran in the sport, like he fought. So I think there will be surprises in the fight, like without a doubt. I feel like Conor Benn might start off good, and then he might get hurt in the middle rounds, or he might get hurt. He might be surprised and just giving him shots and like putting him down or something, and just be like hitting him on the ropes or anything. But
you don't sound confident.
It's just I don't really watch a lot of Vargas, but I watch some of his. I only watch the world title fights, like Garcia and Amir Khan. That's it. But I'm not really a fan of Vargas. Because I'm from UK. I watch these British level fighters, innit? So I know more about them. You know what I mean? I don't really watch these Americans.
Well, Conor Benn, they wanted Ashley Fairfane to fight.
I remember.
You know what weight they wanted to come down to though? They wanted him to come down to 140.
Oh, is it?
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm thinking for the fight with Conor Benn, what they'll do, they might put him down to 140. So it might, because Conor Benn, he's not really he fights at 147, but I don't know. You know what I mean? They might, you know what I'm saying? But just coming into the fight, Conor, it's a close fight, like you said. It can go either way. So whichever you pick. What's the other fight you want to see again?
I would like to see Povetkin and Whyte too, but I think for the British public, I think Conor Benn and Josh Kelly is a good one, but I feel like Josh Kelly will destroy him.
Oh, you talking about Josh Kelly? You talking about not Josh Kelly? You talking about Thingy Kelly? What's his name? Yeah, Josh Kelly and Josh Kelly. If
that fight happens, Josh will destroy him.
Okay, which fight are you talking about? You talking about the Kelly for Anisarim, whatever his name is. That's the one you're talking about, right?
No. I'm talking about if Ben wins that fight with Vargas, and they have a domestic showdown with Josh Kelly, I feel like Josh Kelly will beat him.
Oh no, but Josh Kelly's actually got a fight in it. He's on the card. So the thing about he's got a fight against this guy called Anisarim, whatever. I don't know nothing about that guy. You know about that guy, Josh Kelly's fighting?
So he fought. I think he fought like he's a light midweight generally. I think.
Yeah, go on.
I think so.
Yeah, it says
I think he was gonna fight Jamal Charlo. I think I'm not sure, or I don't have a good memory. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He fought a couple one or two world level fighters. I need to do some more research, but he's a bit known in the scene, but I don't know if he's well known.
Okay, well, what about let's go to what about Lara Sokoli versus Kawaki? You know about that fight?
No, not pretty much. I don't know nothing about his opponent, but I know Lawrence Okoli, he can bang, and he's dangerous. But yeah.
What about Josh Warrington versus Mauricio Lara?
I don't know nothing about his opponent, but I know Josh Warrington will beat him.
Yeah.
He's just the favorite. He's on the rise. Like, I don't feel like anyone. I don't know who his opponent is. He doesn't have any credit. He doesn't have a name, so I just feel like Warrington will win that.
Yeah, see, Eddie Hearn's got a lot of fights here that most people don't know. There's only like 3 main fights: the Conor Benn fight versus the Vargas, they know, And
a lot of people watch that. That's the thing.
Yeah, well,
that's a good fight.
Well, Connor, it's about time Connor gets stepped up, so people are gonna be on that. What's up, my man? Iron Kong 26. Yeah, peace to you, bro. And Lawrence Okoli versus Kawaki. That might be an ugly fight, but really and truly, I think really and truly, all anyone cares about, in my opinion, is Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin. That fight there is the one, bro. That is the one. So I knowing what you saw in the first fight, what does Dillian have to do to win this fight coming into the second fight?
You just have to be more careful, man. You can't be reckless, because like you see how he is. He throws bombs and then he tries like bang with them. But this guy, he can bang. Like he's top level, so he has to be careful, like block shots and more weaving. You can't just be reckless and just jump in, because what he done, he jumped in and he just got caught with a shot and he got knocked out.
So you got Dillian winning by knockout, right?
No. I'm not sure. I think Povetkin got this.
Yeah. Oh, we got champion maker.
Because in the first fight, he showed that he's another level. He knocked out Dillian Whyte. Not a lot of people can knock out Dillian Whyte. It's only Anthony Joshua that knocked him out. He's the second man that knocked him out. So I don't think I shouldn't. To be honest with you, if someone gets knocked out, there shouldn't be a rematch. But I feel like he will win it.
Yeah, we got a champion maker, Earl Austin, trying to jump in. He's trying to jump in. He's getting some struggle. Hopefully, he'll come in a sec. Yeah,
but if he loses this, I'd say he can't be fighting for a world title. He has to prove himself. This fight determines his career. If he deserves a world title shot on him making a legacy and like going to the top.
Well, this is the thing, right? They've already said about this thing here, right? They've said that the winner out of this fight, hopefully, Eddie Hearn wants him to fight Wilder. That's the Eddie Hearn's always wanted to do. He wants him to fight Wilder, and like I know what they're trying to do. Put stepping stones in front of Wilder to keep him away from AJ and stuff like that. But the thing is, in my opinion, this fight with Dillian, he could make him break his career, innit? And the thing is, Xavier's got a new trainer in there. They've added a new trainer into the camp now, innit?
Oh, it's not Xavier anymore.
No, he's still the trainer. They've added another trainer in the camp as well.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, they've added another trainer into the camp. So he used to work with Lennox Lewis for years. What's his name again? Thingy Shadow. What's his name again? I had his name up actually. Hold on 1 second. Is it Don the Shadow thing? And that's his name. 1 second, I'll find it for you. A couple of seconds. 1 minute, people. L's device is still trying to sort itself out. Don't worry, L jumping. Yeah, so we got him, my man. Nabil, one of the top hot prospects on the amateur scene in the UK. So he's over here just chopping up for the first time. I'm just gonna pull up some notes here. What's the guy's name? October, let's see. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay. What's the guy's name? Well, 1 minute. What's this guy's name? His name is. What's this guy's name? View the post. Okay, 1 second. That's the trainer. Harold Knight. That's his name.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But how things work out, and it not only worked out for myself and X-Man Xavier, as well as the team members, as well as Dill, for me to get adjusted to the team, as well as them get adjusted to me. And so it's been canceled 2 or 3 times now. So it gives us a little bit more time, and it just makes us want to put more hurt on Povetkin. Call, came in. I would only. Yeah,
so that's his name. Yeah, his name's Harold Shadow Knight. He just jumped. Yeah, so that's what's scared. So he's gonna be assisting Xavier against Dillian Whyte. So they've got 2 trainers now. And so like Harold Knight, everyone know, but he worked closely with Lennox Lewis and Emmanuel Stewart when Lennox Lewis days. He had an amateur career himself for 106 fights. I think he had like 3 losses, and he went on loads of amateur titles. As a pro, he was okay as a pro. And he worked alongside Emmanuel Stewart for years. So he's been there for a couple of weeks, as far as I know. What's it? King Kong, Conor Benn versus Gervonta Davis will be a massive fight for the future. Well, they're not really. They're out of the weight class, really. You know what I mean? My man's a welterweight, and And Gervonta Davis is like a what's he, a lightweight? So they're two big weight classes apart. But so I mean, it would have been nice if
that fight is not really realistic with my take.
Nah, well, not for now, with it. Not for now. So Harold Knight is the man who's going to be in the corner with Xavier. So now you know about Harold Knight, yeah, adding to the corner. What's your take on that? They're going, he's got another trainer in the corner. What do you think?
I don't know much about Harold, but it will help him. I can't really say much about this, but I don't know much about the guy, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. All right, we got my man, what's it, Rabinski? What's this guy, Rabinski? Where's my man Rabinski? I swear I see him in the chat. What's he saying there? Rabinski, 1978. EJ, I want Eubank versus Charlo, Liam Smith, or Marathi, not no Kelbrook, yeah. Like, hey, what do you think about Kelbrook and Amir Khan, by the way? They fighting each other.
That's a good fight, man.
Yeah, you still happy to see that fight?
Yeah, but they both past their prime, so it's not good as it used to be. If there was, like, you see when it happened in like 013, 014, that would be a really good fight. It will sell out. Now it's still a good fight, but most of them, they're just at their late stages of their career that they need to retire, and they're just not performing as good as they used to. But it's still a good fight.
You don't think it's a novice fight, no? It's like a novelty fight, like a fight that used to be good, but no one really cares about it now.
Like it's like a Mayweather Pacquiao, but in 2015, it should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah,
but it's like that.
Yeah. It might be a good fight though, because they're both busted up, man. They might put on a good fight, like a good fight. I think people really their fan bases want to see it, but there's no crowd and they're trying to make money. They make money. People want to watch the fight. I think they can do a pay-per-view. People, their fan bases will pay for it. Hell no, my man Robinski, 1978. Hell no, yeah, the fight is 10 years too late. Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think that as well. Billy Joe Saunders will beat and outclass Andre. Yeah, Demetrius Andre. I don't know. Billy Joe Saunders is the man to beat Canelo. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, King Kong. We have to see about that. All right, let's hear. All right, I'm going to put yourself on backstage. Let's hear some more Eddie Hearn. Yeah, 1 minute in the bill. Yeah, 1 sec. Let me see some more Eddie Hearn's got to say. I'm reading the card.
Importance of this fight in his career. We go back to the 400 days, 500 days, 1,000 days, and it all came crashing down out there on August 22nd. This fight is everything. This fight is absolute must-win for Dillian Whyte.
You said it before. You couldn't believe what happened. It was surreal, wasn't it? It was absolutely icy cold and quiet and eerie in the Matchroom Garden. It was a big shock, obviously, because of the way that Dillian Whyte was controlling the fight. And Povetkin had been down a couple of times, and bomb, he walks into one shot, and what a knockout punch. And will lightning strike twice? Has the extra time helped Dillian a little bit more? Maybe. We know Povetkin had COVID. So, look, we're going to have to get them together again, the two bulls, on March the 6th. And it's repeat or revenge. It's that classic scenario, isn't it? And Dillian has to win this fight if he's going to go into the likes of Deontay Wilder or fight for a world title, which obviously you want, he wants, we all want. But if he can't get past the old sly fox, it's Alexander Povetkin. And what a win for Povetkin and for Russia it was back in August. And they're a proud team, a proud nation. They'll want to come and do it all over again. So it's a fabulous one.
I love these fights because you just know, just before the bell goes, how excited we will be wherever we are in the world for that fight. We don't know yet where it's going to take us, but we do know it's March the 6th. Just the drama around that fight, the drama that happened out there, everyone will be on tenterhooks. He's become a real fan favourite, Dillian Whyte, hasn't he? He's come from virtually no amateur background, built himself up into a pay-per-view star that does fantastic numbers as well. He's a real fan favourite. There'll be a lot of support for him on March 6th. And if he can come through, I think he will propel himself to another level of stardom, because people love to see those stories of someone getting knocked out and coming back and putting it right.
He's so real, isn't he, Dillian Whyte? And, obviously we got to know him before the AJ fight and all the bad blood there. And although he lost that, look at his career since then. He's gone in with absolutely everybody. Yes, he slipped on the banana skin just before the big fight, but he still fought Alexander Povetkin, Olympic gold medalist. only a couple of defeats in his career to Klitschko and Joshua. This is a serious fighter. We love Dillian Whyte because he takes proper fights. He's a proper old school fighter. He's great fun to be around. And, you know, you remember just after he got knocked out, we saw him, 20 minutes later, he was like, sorry, guys, I'm going to go straight back in and try this again. And that's why he'll always be popular, Dillian. And I hope he does get that elusive world title shot. But we just know we're going to get entertainment every single time he gets in the ring.
Of course, plenty more to be added to that undercard, but a couple of crackers already. Cheeseman against Metcalf can only be fireworks for a British title. Great step up for Fabio Wardley against Eric Molina, and of course the professional debut, no pressure, on Campbell Hatton.
Well, I always put pressure on you to deliver the biggest fight, so you'll be finding a couple more for me in that. But the one.
All right, so we've got a couple of fights there. Molina, we bring the bill in. Eric Molina versus Fabio Wardley. What do you think?
I just feel like Eric Molina is a bit washed now, and I feel like Fabio Wardley will knock him out. That's what I think. Yeah. I don't really watch Fabio Wardley, but I know that's his mentor, Dillian Whyte. But I know he's coming up in the game, and he's
actually. Yeah, go on.
Heavyweight champion. He's the English heavyweight champion.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That fight there is he might get done up in that fight. He might get done up in that fight. Yeah.
I don't really
he's a world
Eric Molina, man. I don't really rate
No, but he's a world level campaigner. Like that's probably why they put him in there, like to see because he could take licks, you know. Like he's not. That's not easy for Fabio because Fabio, you know, he used to be a doorman, innit? He used to be a white collar fighter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's a white collar fighter, bro. You know what I mean? What's the fight they said they mentioned again? 1 second, because there was another fight they mentioned.
It's repeat or revenge. It's that classic scenario, isn't it? And Dillian has to win this fight if it's going to go into the likes of Deontay Wilder.
Dillian Whyte, hasn't he? You know, he's come from virtually no amateur background, built himself.
But he still fought Alexander Povetkin world title shot. But we got locked in already. Fantastic. Ted Cheeseman, JJ Metcalf is a great.
Can only be fireworks for a British title. Great step up for Fabio Wardley against Eric Molina, and of course the professional debut.
Entertainment every single time he gets in the ring.
Of course, plenty more to be added to that undercard, but a couple of crackers already. Cheeseman against Metcalf can only be fireworks for a British title. Great step up for Fabio Wardley against Eric Molina, and of course the professional debut, no pressure, on Campbell Hatton.
Well, I always put pressure on you to deliver.
What do you know about Campbell Hatton?
Campbell and Hatton.
No, Campbell Hatton. That's Ricky Hatton's son. His name's Campbell Hatton. What do you know about?
Yeah, I've seen some of clips on Instagram. Yeah, he's alright. But what has he started his pro debut or?
Yeah, he's having his pro debut on one of them cards, isn't it? Like he's coming up.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. I don't know much about him on amateurs or anything.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Boy, I don't know, man.
He might have he will probably have a spectacular career because his dad's Ricky Hatton, so obviously he's gonna watch over him. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Fabio Wardley, he's another one, like, because he's one of Dillian's guys who Dillian brought in. And, like, you know, Dillian's brought in a lot of guys like the Bavage, the Savage, and that, but they haven't got no extensive thing. They're just rough, tough guys that Dillian's actually gave a chance. But, boy, that Molina fight, boy, that's a hard fight. I swear down, that's a hard fight. I think, whoa, that's a, you know, Molina, like, he might be rubbish to a lot of people, but, bro, he's a real big. Like, see, Fabio Wardley, he's not a very big heavyweight, you know. He's a small heavyweight. Yeah, he's a small heavyweight, you know.
Okay, I don't really watch Fabio Wardley. Like, I just knew about him because he became English champion, but I can't really give my take on him that much.
Okay, fair enough then. And you don't know much about Ricky Hatton's son, innit?
No, not really.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on. Actually, what other fights we got here? I'm reeling. Well, one minute. What other fight we got here? So, actually, let's play it. Let me play it in here.
Deliver the biggest fight. So you'll be finding a couple more for me in that. But the ones we've got locked in already, fantastic. Ted Cheeseman, JJ Metcalf is a great fight for the British title. Campbell Hatton's debut. I mean, wasn't it great when we had that press conference in the bubble with Ricky and, you know, all the sort of memories and it was just incredible just sort of watching the two of them together. And, you know, it's a fantastic and exciting road ahead. Fabio Wardley, you know, steps up. He's been a real find, hasn't he, in the last sort of 12, 15 months, and in with an old warhorse in Eric Molina, who's still dangerous, and that's a good test for Fabio Wardley at this stage. And you know, you've got the likes of Alan Babbage, of course, and you know, Joe Joyce, who had that great win over Daniel Dubois. So there's some big fights out there for Fabio if he can get through it. And yeah, it should be a really good support to what is, as we know, a massive main event, Eddie.
Yeah, Campbell Hatton's got the touch of the Conor Benns about him when he turned pro as well. Inexperienced, although a deeper amateur resume than Conor Benn as well, but just going to have to stay calm because we saw how excited he was in the bubble. Just can't wait for that night to see Ricky and him and Matthew in the corner.
They've got an edge, haven't they? They've got an edge about them, these sons of the legends. They've got a slight bit of attitude, but they've been very well brought up. They're very polite, aren't they? And respectful, both Conor and Campbell. And yeah, I liked him. It was like you shut your eyes, you can hear Ricky, and you know, same with Conor and Nigel. But you know, they've got to forge their own path, and that's what Conor Benn very much has done. And I expect Campbell Hatton to do similarly. He's not going to be Ricky, but he's Ricky's son, and it's going to be a hell of a ride.
Thanks, Adam. Now we head to March the 20th. Time for, I believe, one of the hardest pound-for-pound punches in the world to become Britain's next world champion.
Lawrence Okolie, the source, the penny boy.
This guy has got scary power. Big star coming through. This is a new Lawrence Okolie. He's going to knock everyone out of the division. World champion challenger pulled out. He stayed focused. The hardest puncher in the cruiserweight division, unquestionably.
If I hit any cruiserweight clean, they're going to go. Glaki is there for me to take out. I'm going to get him next.
Glaki, good southpaw fighter, awkward, dips well, experienced, obviously, ranked top 3 in all governing bodies and top 3 by the Ring magazine. So this is a serious fight, a serious step up, and I look forward to it.
The charismatic, hard-hitting cruiserweight Lawrence Okolie.
This is Britain's next world champion here. Glowacki, Makabu, and then Bradis go through the whole division. He'll knock them all out before he moves to heavyweight. I'm telling you now.
Another year stronger physically, and I'm just excited to just get the victory and then, you know, be world champion.
Yes, Lawrence Okolie goes to the WBO World Cruiserweight Championship against Poland's Krzysztof Glowacki, the rescheduled fight from the...
That's a hard fight. That's a hard fight. Shout out to the people in the chat. Is that Lady Sham in there? So I see Lady Sham. What's up, Lady Sham? Shout out to the rest of you guys in there. Robinski, what you saying about? Hey, Hugh, I'm a huge Eubank Jr. fan, and I want him to fight Marathi in Japan for the man. Ain't no one trying to see that fight right there. Lady Sham. Does the guest know anything about boxing? He's amateur boxing. He's amateur boxer. He just don't do predictions, isn't it? I brought him on because he knows boxing can throw hands, boy. Lawrence Okolie can fight. Yeah, we're seeing it. Let's hear some more. Eddie Hearn. Go ahead, Eddie Hearn.
AJ Pulev card, fantastic world championship fight, and another fantastic card on March the 20th. WBC world champion Chantel Cameron will defend her title against mandatory challenger Melissa Hernandez. Fantastic British title fight between Chris Billam-Smith and Dion Juma on the card. The return of Joe Caldina, the Welsh wizard, for me, one of the best young prospects, not even a prospect anymore, in world boxing, and Ramla Ali as well on the card. It's going to be a fantastic card. I'm delighted to say that Lawrence Okolie is joining us from London. Lawrence, welcome. Finally, the rescheduled date. Wonderful performance from you in December on the AJ card. Ready to become Britain's next world champion.
Thanks, Eddie. Good to be here. I'm happy to have, good news to start 2021. But yeah, the last one was a bit frustrating with, the change of opponent, but I was really focusing on putting in a good performance, the stuff that me and Shane have been working on, going out there and executing it. And I did see it like a final eliminator because I had to win that to be in this position for this press conference that we're doing now. So I'm excited and it's time to go in and get the job done.
Lawrence, December 12th, brilliant performance. No clinching, no holding, great footwork. Your relationship with Shane McGuigan growing every day. You're fired up. You're looking fantastic ahead of this crunch match for you to become a world champion.
It's probably even grown since the last fight because everywhere I go, people are like, "Oh, make sure you tell Shane well done." Like, I was fighting that, like, you know, it's all good. That I'm happy, you know, that the work we're putting in is starting to show. I train every day. I push myself against top quality fighters, and I'm one of the best fighters in the world, in my opinion. So I just need to go out there and prove it every single time.
So it's a different kind of challenge in Glowacki, of course, a southpaw. We know you've boxed some southpaws in your pro career, and of course, experienced it in the amateur game. You feel like you're set up, you're ready for the style of Glowacki, and you're ready to become world champion on March 20.
Yeah, for me, like, obviously being an amateur and just, you know, over time you get used to different styles. You get tall fighters, short fighters, orthodox, southpaw, whatever. So I'm sort of building to make my style capable of beating anyone. So yeah, him being a southpaw is not going to be an issue in the slightest. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
Glowacki, a seasoned professional, seasoned champion as well in the division, only defeats to Bradis and Usyk on the resume. How much have you studied this guy over the last couple of years, and did you expect to be facing him so quickly?
You know, I've studied quite a bit. I try not to overdo it because for some reason everyone seems to box me very differently from how they box.
It's gonna be the hardest fight of your life. I can tell you that for free, bro. It's gonna be the hardest fight of your life. You know, Glowacki is a serious body puncher. He works to the body. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up, Shan? Yeah, like he's a serious body puncher. And you know, it's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be easy. Glowacki can punch. He really got a spiteful punch. Between Shane McGuigan, he's got that thing where he does with Callum Smith. Is it Callum Smith? No. Who's Luke Campbell, where he's got his fighters, their jab just perking out there, just waving out there, looking for a counter punch, looking for one punch. So looking for a straight right or looking for the uppercut. And against Glowacki, you got to work, man. And I can see it being an ugly fight because, you know, Lawrence Okoli, yeah, for all he doesn't have to work inside. And that's where Glowacki does his thing, you know. He really throws a lot of punch. He has a good work rate. And I can see Thingy timing him and catching Glowacki with a good punch, but he's short, squat, and he's good head movement. If Lawrence can wear him out and bring him late rounds, I think he's got a good chance of trying to beat him. But Glowacki is a very good work rate, so he's got a number 5 work rate, and we have to see about that. So we have to see about that. Let's see where but I don't know about Lawrence, man. Lawrence's fights are ugly, man. He's never in a stylistically, he's never in a good, interesting fight. So let's hear some more Lawrence, mate.
Other people, so I can't take too much from those losses. But what I can say is I'm going to add my name to that list of great fighters that have beaten him. And whether it's from this fight or if it's in 5 years' time, people are going to understand that I'm a great. So it's time for me to go out there and show you.
Lawrence, I called it on December 12th. It was a great performance. I really believe you can win this fight and go through the division. I know it's tough. Some great champions, of course, in Bradis as well. But how much belief do you have that you can win March 20th? And also go through the division and become undisputed?
Yeah, it'll be amazing. Same way winning this fight is going to be amazing. For me, it's just standard. Like I said, I remember when we first met, you know, that I'm going to go in and I'm going to win a world title before the next Olympics. Hopefully, I mean, thankfully, I have an opportunity to make that come true. You said you're going to get me a Rolex. I can't wait for that present after I win this fight. So yeah, I want a Rolex every time I win a new world title. So just prepare yourself.
Lawrence, boxing so often about timing. Do you believe after that crushing win you had in December and the weight that this is the right opponent at the right time to become a world champion?
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I believe it is. I believe that, you know, I've come in, I've regained a little bit of momentum with the fight in December, making weight, getting my mindset ready for a world title. And now, you know, it's time. You know, I've got a former world champion, great fighters, only lost to 2 great fighters. So it's a solid world level opponent. So when I'm able to get the stoppage, we're gonna say that my power is also translates into world level. So I'm excited, and I'm more focused on putting in a good performance than I am on, you know, the fact it's a belt. I just want to go out there and just execute every time.
Lawrence, good luck, mate. This is it for you. This is the golden moment from the Olympics, or from McDonald's to the Olympics to the World Championship. This is your moment, March 20.
You know, WBA, international, British, Commonwealth, European, world title all within 16 fights. So let's have it.
Thanks, big man. Adam, I think a lot of people after the Jaszewski fight just seen a different Lawrence Okolie. I feel like the criticism over the years has been a bit harsh because he's been stepping up so quickly in levels. But under Shane McGuigan, different. You know, no holding. You see, Shane McGuigan says in the gym, if he holds, we shout at him, we scream at him. Great footwork, great power. And Britain could have a new world champion on March 20.
The penny boy, the sauce, Lawrence Okolie. Yeah, he's been great fun, hasn't he, to have around, as you said, you know, from flipping burgers all the way to the Olympics. Could he become the first of that cycle, the 2016 Rio Olympians, to become a world champion? And he had a sort of little thing with Boazzi about who'd get there first. And Lawrence has got this big opportunity. You know, I really like him. He has had criticism. He's not always been the most attractive to watch, but he was fantastic just before Christmas. I think he's really developing under Shane, and he's got such a huge reach and such power that he could take this cruiserweight division by storm. And then, of course, he could graduate up into the heavyweight. So it's a very exciting road for Lawrence Okolie. And let's not forget, he's not that experienced. And he's done everything.
Tough fight. No Jaszewski, Glowacki. I mean, no, he's really mixed the elite level.
He's a very good fighter, you know, elite level, Usyk and Bradis, you know, going in with those guys. This is a tough test for Lawrence Okolie. And I think it's going to be a hard night's work. But, you know, Okolie's got the freshness. He's got the power. And he's got, you know, as I said, that reach, that spidery reach, you know.
Yeah, like his spidery reach, which makes bad, boring fights, man. Some really boring fights, Adam Smith. That's the truth of the matter, right? Some of his fights are dull, boy. Yeah, he just not really wakes to a good fight. He's wow. That Isaac Chamberlain fight. Whoa, I was there live, man. That was horrible. He's been in some real stinkers, man. Lawrence Okolie can box. Yeah, but he boxed White, yeah, but he's not a really good fight. So we're seeing it. See, anyway, let's see. Is it mine? Oh, okay. 1 minute. Let's play some more Eddie Hearn.
Reminds me at times of Johnny Nelson, but when he puts on a really exciting performance, you really take notice. This time, it's about winning the fight and becoming a world champion. And it's something I believe he can do.
Another great card, March 20th, double world championship header. The return of Chantel Cameron, real talent in women's boxing right now. Ramla Ali, who looks fantastic starting off her career. A brilliant British Cruiserweight Championship fight between Chris Billam-Smith and Dion Juma, and the return, of course, as well of Joe Cordina, one of the top stars of that same Rio Olympics.
This could be the pick of all the shows. What a card! Joe Cordina, you know, one of the great fighters we've got, and we want to see more of him. He's absolutely fantastic. Ramla Ali, great professional debut, just like Ellie Scotney, who was so impressive as well in her first fight. And it's good to see Ramla back. That's a great clash, isn't it, with Billam-Smith and Juma? That's something we've been waiting for a long time. And as for Chantel Cameron, I mean, you know, she got all our hearts, didn't she, when we were in the bubble waiting for her world title chance, and she took it. I know it was a slightly disappointing fight, but the performance was great. Chantel Cameron has got, well, I mean, she's got the likes of Katie Taylor and Terry Harper. There's such a great load of women around those weight classes. And Chantel's a great narrative. It's all about great stories, Eddie. Lawrence Okolie's one, Chantel Cameron another, Ramla Ali. You know, people just, you know, they're flocking to these tales and how it's going to, you know, unfold for all of them. And I think that's a fantastic card.
Thanks, Adam. March 20, another cracker. And finally, April 10th. This young man, well coming out of the shadows of his father after a wonderful performance in November last year. And now, another step up. Big test for the destroyer, Conor Benn.
Get me Samuel Vargas. I'll have a bit of him.
Oh, yeah? Get you Samuel. So you call that a guy that... I call that a guy is not really ranked up there, Conor. Boy, so let's see. Let's play out. Go ahead, Conor.
Clip him with something, he will get hurt.
Being a world champion is ultimate goal for any fighter. Like, everyone wants to be a world champion. Every training session, I give 100% to my career.
I think it's now time to move into 2021 with some big steps up.
This is what the fans pay to see. This is where they like watching him.
This is what people love to see. They want to see someone trying to knock someone out.
That warrior mentality still in there, I know that.
You know, all these people call him out and they wouldn't take it. So you've got to move on from people like that. Samuel Vargas, we know he's a serious guy. We know this fight means an awful lot to him.
This is my time, really. I've been up here before. I've been counted out before. I have the experience now. I feel ready.
Every time an opportunity like this gets presented, I take it with both hands, and I'm just ready to go. Again, this is where I prove people wrong. I don't come from the end. I still got that fighter in me. I think you're born with that. Test me, and we'll find out.
Another cracking night of boxing on April 10. Not just Conor Benn stepping up the levels again against Sammy Vargas, but 2 world championship fights. Savannah Marshall defending her world middleweight championship, and a brilliant rematch of a fight of the year contender. This time, Shannon Courtney against Rachel Ball for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Expect to see Felix Cash and Cash Farouk on that card as well. It's a cracking end.
Well, Shannon Courtney, how did she get in a world title shot? And she lost the fight against that Bull girl, innit? How they get into world title to fight for a world title against Bull, man? Oh, bloody hell. Some of these cards, man, they're not. It's downhill. It's downhill, man. They're not very exciting. Let's listen to the rest.
To this schedule, and now we go over to Conor Benn. Conor, Sammy Vargas, someone you've asked me for now over the last 12 months. We saw him put Amir Khan down in a great fight. We saw him go to war with Luis Collazo, fight Virgil Ortiz. Big step up for you. What is it you love about Sammy Vargas? Just that you know this is going to be an all-out war.
Thanks, Eddie, mate. Listen, Vargas is a fight I've been calling for a while. It's a fight that I think will bring out the best in me. He's a typical South American. He's tough, he's durable, he's game, and he leaves it all in the line when he steps through the ring. And, you know, what fight it's going to be. We've all seen him drop Amir Khan when he come here over these seas a while ago. And, you know, he's been in with Danny Garcia, he's been in with Errol Spence, Virgil Ortiz. So, listen, he's definitely my toughest fight to date, but I plan on having a tear up with him.
Conor, everyone raving about your performance against Formella, very disciplined, probably a different kind of fight against Vargas, but that time that you spent...
Bro, you're fighting nobodies, man. So this is a guy you're fighting is like on the way out. So you're fighting a guy on the way out just to put your tip your toes into world class, and they see what's going on. So you said, I don't think that's a good idea getting into war with this guy, but hey, we'll see how Conor be. Conor's all exciting, but you know, win or lose, Conor's gonna be that type of guy, man. You know what I mean? They finally put him in with a guy to give him some trouble, man. He can't keep fighting his journeyman. See, boxing's about names. You can keep doing your pedigree, but he's only 24, I guess, and his amateur career wasn't extensive, so they're taking their time with him. But listen, boxing, mate, if you're not about it, you're not about it. If it ain't you, it ain't you. Some guys step up from young, you know, and then they got the other guys where they're taking bloody 10 years to get in. So I think they're slowly starting to, you know, say, Conor, let's have a go at it. You know, let's put you in with a guy that, you know, he could be a banana skin and this and that. So let's see what's going on. But to have a full war with this guy, it's not a good idea. You just want to kind of box. And Eddie Hearn's telling him, you kind of want to box and show your skills. You don't want to get in a war with this guy. I'm telling you.
In the gym, how important was that for your development and to improve you as an all-round fighter?
It was a disciplined performance against Formella. I mean, everyone kept questioning me like everyone always does, but, you know, I delivered. I beat who's put in front of me. You know, however I need to get a win, I get a win. And yeah, it was a disciplined performance. And the time off during lockdown allowed me to work on so many things, the basics. Again, the basic fundamentals are so important. And that's everything I've been working on. And every time I come back off a layoff, I come back better. Why? Because my work ethic is second to none. No one can question my work ethic. Every time I get in the ring, you know, I'm a different fighter. In this fight against Samuel Vargas, I'll show that again. There's levels to this game.
Conor, I've seen on your social media, Mrs. Benn ready to drop now, I think a couple of weeks before you bring a newborn into this world. How much motivation does that give you? New mouth to feed. This is a massive year for you.
Baby Ben is almost here. And it's funny, everyone calls him Baby Ben. Yeah, Baby Ben is almost here in a couple of weeks' time. Lockdown, baby. And I wouldn't say he's not here yet. So I think when he's here, maybe I'll change my perspective completely. But it makes me want to be a better man, better husband, you know, a good dad. And what sort of person am I? And, you know I've got a little pair of eyes looking up to me. So it's more so who I am as a person. And that challenges me. Me going in the ring to fight and wanting to knock someone out, I don't need any motivation to do that. But just more so how I conduct myself when my son looks back and watches these interviews like I did my dad, will he be happy? Will he be inspired? Those are the sort of things he challenges me for, and when he gets here, it may change. But at the minute, it's just what sort of person am I?
Conor, I know all your eyes and your focus on Sammy Vargas April 10, but we did announce earlier, Feb 20, a wonderful fight between Josh Kelly and David Avanesian. We know you against Kelly is a fight that everyone's talking about. That's going to be a cracker, isn't it?
Well, the Kelly Avanesian fight, it's going to be a tough fight for Kelly. I hope the Brit wins. I'm struggling to see it based on the last few performances, but you're only as good as your last fight, they say. So, again, I hope Kelly does it, but I'm tipping more to Avanesian to win this just based on the last few fights. And, Kelly Benn, that's a massive fight. And, it's a fight the public want, the public demand it, so the public will get it. We've got both big challenges ahead of us. God willing, we come through them. We've got a big domestic clash there.
Conor, you went through a real journey, it seemed to us, in 2020. Do you think you'll utilise that experience and that in 2021 you can have your breakthrough year?
Cheers, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. 2021 could be my breakthrough year, but we're in no rush. We're in no rush. People would have me fighting Kelbrook and Amir Khan 4 years ago after my debut, And if I was rushed by the public, I wouldn't get to where I am now. I wouldn't be where I am now. You have to have as many learning fights as you can. You've got to learn your trade. It's not something you can just master overnight, but it's not just, learning boxing skills, learning how to deal with the pressure on the night. The changing room vibes. You learn so much about yourself. Every training camp, you learn so much more about yourself. In terms of how your body works, how your brain operates. Tony learns which way you're best learning, which way is more effective. So you just learn so much, and when it's all finalised and we're at the finished article, well then we can have these big fights that the public want. But as for now, I'm young, 24-year-old, still learning, still growing. I've got a good few years left in this game. Good 5 years, I'd say, left in this game. So
if you fight someone, you want to fight someone, and we're seeing it.
Conor, thanks, mate. What a year for you. Newborn on the way, massive fight with Sammy Vargas, maybe an all-British showdown with Josh Kelly.
People had enough, man. I mean, listen, I don't know, the thing is, they got a lot of these fighters on their cards, and they're putting them in the situations, but I have to be honest with you, Like, when they're going to be in fights that people recognize them, but they're just going to keep putting Felix Cash. They've been around for the longest, man. They've been around for the longest. They just got people, you're carrying a lot of fighters, fighters, and it's just carrying these guys. This schedule, to be fair, is top heavy, what we got here? Dillian Whyte, Povetkin is the one, right? And that, really Dillian should have done him. And Josh Warrington is whack. That's a whack fight. What else we got here? What else we got here? The Vargas fight, Conor Benn, whatever. What we got here? Lawrence Okoli versus Gowaki could be an ugly fight. No wonder everyone's bloody tuned off. Everyone's already tuned off and say, "Yo, you know what I mean? It's just the card ain't that dramatic, mate." Kelly, no one care about Kelly. Conor doesn't even want to fight him. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight. Conor doesn't want to fight Kelly. Kelly knows if you fight Kelly, you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? He's gonna lose. And Kelly, he's in a hard fight, but Ray Robertson, he a draw. Why didn't he rematch Ray Robertson? Josh, can let me have a look at him? Because I swear last time he fought, I swear it was him. It was him, yeah. 1 minute. It was him, innit? Let me see. Josh Kelly. Let me have a look at his records. It was him. I swear he fought Ray Robertson. Josh Kelly, boy. The Josh Taylor guys, but look where Josh Taylor is, and they both died around the same time. No one even mentions Josh Kelly. Let me see. Did he fight Ray Robertson? Yeah, he fought Ray Robertson in a draw. So why didn't he rematch him? Huh? Why didn't he rematch Ray Robertson? It was a draw in New York, innit? That was in 2019, innit? And then we'll see who's he fighting this Amoni. Never heard of this guy for the European belt. He's lucky he even got a draw because I thought he lost the fight. You know what I mean? This guy's ain't fighting nobody's, boy. And now they put this guy in it, Abanesian. I never heard of this Abanesian guy. What's he done? Who's he beat? I ain't got no names here. Oh, he fought Lamar Peterson. He lost against Lamar Peterson, so he went to, well, he fought Shea Mosley. He beat Shea. Oh, it's him. He beat Shea Mosley on points. I remember him now. Okay. But Shea Mosley was done by then, innit? He was done. Shea Mosley would have boxed that guy up years ago, boy. But yeah, I remember that. So I remember him now. He's actually pretty decent, actually. But he ain't done nothing since then, innit? What's he done since? Like, he lost it. Look, when he gets Lamar Peterson, he lost on points. And then after that, he just went into the wilderness, didn't he? European, Spanish. Where is he from? Spain? Oh, he's resident in England, yeah? Oh, he's born in Russia. Imagine that. Nottinghamshire. Imagine that. A Russian lives in Nottinghamshire. It's easy. When's the last time he fought? Actually, he fought really last, though, recently in Spain. Not one round knockout. See, against bums, man. Against bums. These guys, man. Eddie, man. You can't sell me on these are good fights, man. They're not. They're just simply not. Really. No, they're not, mate. No. Don't want to be what's he call it? A bloody Scrooge, but bloody hell, man. These are not very good fights, man. Just the only one fight, really. It's competitive, isn't it?
I'm feeling 2021 is going to be your biggest year yet.
Thanks, guys. Roll on April. I'm ready to go again. Start 2021 with a bang. Me versus Samuel Vargas. Everyone's seen him put down Khan. Everyone knows how tough Vargas is. Again, he's been in with Errol Spence. He's been in with Danny Garcia. He's been in with Virgil Ortiz. We're going to meet in the middle of the ring. And listen, everyone can talk a good game. But when I get in there, I get down to business, and I've delivered every single time.
Thanks, Conor. Adam, Conor Benn, fantastic last time out. I mean, what these people might not know is the ratings were fantastic as well for Conor Benn. People love to watch him. He's really exciting, but really becoming a top-class fighter now in his own right.
Yeah, people love Conor Benn. They love the story again. It's Nigel was such a hero, wasn't he, for everybody, the Dark Destroyer. And what I like about Conor is that he's done things his own way.
He ain't fought no one. I can't take it no more. I had enough of them lot putting the spin. I think that's enough of that. And that's the schedule, really. There's nothing really in it, really, is it? And the UK schedule, it could be better. It could be more fireworks, but it's average at best, really. It's average at best, I must say. You know, Eddie Hearn, I'm not really impressed by the schedule. Eddie Hearn made it out like these are gonna be big fight announcements. Exactly, he did, Shan. He did. They're not. You know what I mean? As the zone gone up, the money gone up. Apparently, the zone renewed this. Is it? Yeah. Okay, fair enough then. Yeah, it's not. These fights are not really that big, man. Dillian Whyte, nothing bigger than that. Fabio Wally versus is the fight that I'm interested in. Fabio Wally versus Eric Molina. He's supposed to beat Eric Molina, but like I said to you, he was a doorman. He's a doorman. If he beats Eric Molina, he'll put himself in a place that, you know, he's a small heavyweight. He can throw hands in that, but he ain't fought no one again. It's like these guys are going to get tested. Gawaki and Lara Sakoli going to be an ugly fight. It might end up in a draw or disqualification because Lara Sakoli, when things start to get pressured for him, he starts doing all kinds of rubbish, man. Ananiza don't care about that fight. Josh Warrington, who cares about that fight? Now, but Conor Benn, interesting. He's fighting a guy who's way on the slide, then he should eat him. The Anesthesian fight, I don't care about Kelly fighting him. Who cares about that? Yeah, that's it, really, man. And these are the fights they're putting on the UK schedule. So, is it mouth-watering? Not really, other than the Dillian Whyte fight, because Dillian brings it against Povetkin. The Rushki's on it. He said he's looking nothing but a knockout, and he wants to hold on to the WBC ranking, which he took from Dillian Whyte. And that's it, really. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the schedule. Thank you, Eddie Hearn and the zone. So we're seeing it, but I'm more interested in the American schedule. See what they've got lined up for us at the minute. Like Tyson Fury, AJ. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear Crawford, Spence. You want to hear one of them ones there. You know, Kelbrook and Kelbrook and Amir Khan. That's more exciting than some of these fights here. I must admit. I mean, that fight's been dead in the water for a long time. So don't want to become off too pessimistic, but that's what it is. I wonder when the numbers have dropped down, I can tell you, mate. But anyway, I'm EJ Boxing Live. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I haven't been on for a while. Next time I bring in Frank Al Heyman. You're funny, you know. Frank Al Heyman. Next time you come in, try and be a bit more lively, but I can't really get up for some of these fights here. Because I kind of work out kind of who's going to win and what the fight's going to be. Conor's going to be in a life and death with this journeyman. You can imagine it. Josh Warrington's going to walk past that Lara guy. So you're supposed to walk past him. And then I don't know why he should have been fighting Gary Russell Jr. for unification, but that should have been that one. The Kelly should have been fighting a rematch against Ray Robertson Jr. Ray Robertson. That should have been a fight there. He had in New York. That should have been better because people want to see that. Try and get past them again. And Lawrence Okoli versus Gawaki is what he is. Whack. Yeah. Is a fight that's like, yeah, Lawrence is going to win the fight. Lawrence should bloody go up to the bloody catch weight or the bridge weight, the bridger weight bullshit. He should go up to that one. Dillian Whyte and Zab Miller and Harold Knight on the clock. So we'll see how they go. I'm EJ Boxing Live. Hope you guys enjoy yourself. Play out with some Eddie Hearn saying some of these things, and then we're gone. Peace.
Message to all the fans watching it, wish them a Merry Christmas, and also why should they watch the fight?
You should watch this fight because this is what boxing's all about. This is about putting your O on the line. This is about putting what you believe on the line. You think you can win? Step up in the big fights and let's see it. You can talk the talk, but when the lights come on and you walk out the O2 Arena into a little ring 20 foot by 20 foot to fight another man, this is the pureness of the sport. It's why boxing is the greatest sport in the world bar none. Let's build the hype, let's watch the excitement, and let's see the purity of British boxing explode and unfold February the 3rd, O2 Arena.
Thanks very much, Eddie.